Greetings from Bangkok, Thailand, and welcome to 30 Minutes Promoting Unity in Diversity with Wani Angerer in Moving Cultures. We are so happy to be today with our guests, embracing solidarity and saying no to bias. We're saying no to injustice, we're saying no to racism, we're saying no to discrimination, we are saying no to lack of tolerance, we are saying no to exclusion, and we are celebrating unity in diversity. Our guest, 213, is a man who has grown up understanding the power of connections, understanding how important his talents are in order to support others, how important is to be disciplined and to be focused and to connect not only with himself, but with the athleticism and with the community of athletes around the world. His name is Bruno Adika. So welcome, Bruno. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Very good, Bruno. So happy to see you. How are
I'm
you
happy to see
feeling?
you too. Long time.
Long time. Actually,
Yeah.
I think we can consider more than 5 years that we haven't seen each other.
Yeah.
When do you
Yeah.
move to when do you move to Spain?
I moved to back. I moved around back 2018. Yeah.
Okay, super. So
So
tell us, who is Bruno Adika from Kenya?
Bruno Adika is a fighter. He's a persistence. He's someone who doesn't give up very easily. When he focuses on something, it goes until you only have one plan. He's never having plan B or plan C. He's always working on plan A. If it doesn't work, then he let it go. That
Great.
is Bruno.
Bruno, talk to us
Yeah.
about your country. You come from Kenya and
Yes.
you've been actually born and raised there. Talk to
Yes.
us about your childhood and how do you decided to become an athlete?
Yeah. So this is the story. I was raised in Nairobi, but born in Kisumu. So I moved with my family in back in 1994. I was young, I didn't know, but I found myself in Nairobi. Yeah, so I started schooling in Mudaiga Primary School. That was long time ago. I started studying there as a baby in baby class, and yeah, so we were doing like a PE thing, and I was like, when I realized that I can run is when I won the. It was I think 16. It wasn't measured well, but it was in Yao Stadium when we ran. We were running like kids. There was like a group of school running. So we were running inside like 2 laps and outside like 3 laps. So I don't know what was that like, but it was long. I think it was like km maybe 10. I'm not sure. Maybe 3,000. Not sure. So that's when I was 18. I was position 18 out of 900 kids running the same race. So I realized that maybe I can do something better because it was like a fun thing, but we got like some certificates. I have it, I don't know, it's somewhere else, but I could show you sometime. Yeah, so after that, I went back and I was talking to my school teacher who is in charge of sports. Like, I think I could do more. Maybe I could do a bit of short distance, and that's how I joined the 400 meters in our school. That was Modaiga Primary School. So later on, I went to run with another school called the GSU, and I was number 2. That was in 2007. So after that, I finished my primary school around 2009. So I joined the high school, and I started. That's how I just knew that sports was for me. So when I joined the high school, I ran, but it was challenging because now I met the veterans who have been put for this thing, because there are lots of sports people that was in sport academy, and they were also studying, so it was a bit of challenging, but I managed to cope up with it, and yeah, so I got some few certificates. It was all not about timing, it was about position when I was in school. So I got some a bit of participation and certificates, just certificates, yeah.
Bruno,
So it wasn't that serious like a professional running when I was in high school, but I knew that it's what I wanted to do.
okay.
Yes.
And that was in 2009 that you started your professional career.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
And
started in
how long
what?
it took you from 2009 to really achieve a better level?
Yeah, so that's the thing. I won when I was in Form 2. I won the high school in Nairobi championship. It was a goal for me. I ran. It was 11.8 seconds in 100 meters. So that was a really fast in Kenya in short distance, because we are used to long distance runners. So that was a plus for me, and I got like some coaches from other schools like encouraging me and everything. So when I finished high school, that was in 2013, I joined, one teacher took me to one coach called Masharia in Kasarani. So I joined the Masharia team in Kasarani, and it started really bad because challenge from people, big people, and it was really bad. My first race, I think I ran around 13 seconds. 13, yeah, I think 13:02 seconds, which made me the last in my heat. So from there, I've been just training. My coach told me that I was weak. I I have to eat well. I have to go to the gym. I have to get my strength. I have so many things to change, and I just knew how like this was not fun again. It was not fun. Now it was real thing that I have to work hard. I have to go harder and improve myself and go to the limit, and if possible, go over the limit. Yeah.
Yeah, so you understood that was very important to really be disciplined and look after your body and understand the dynamics and the technique also.
Yes.
Because
yes.
it's different the way you were training in Kenya and now how you're training in Spain. Bruno, we met in 2015 because you wanted to join moving cultures and understand and see how we could support you with your artistry. And you found yourself in an artistic and cultural surroundings, you know. But for us and for moving culture was also fantastic to have you on board, because it was an opportunity to get an athlete into our line of work, and also for the people to see the diversity of members. During that time, you also did one of your first workshops in physical education that I took you to the nest, you know?
Yes.
And I know that was not something that you were familiar with.
Yeah.
But it was a way for you to start understanding that training other people was also fun. It was also a way for you to learn new things about your body. Tell me about that first experience we had together.
Okay, I'll first go back a bit, because the thing was like I got really bad because I was like, why are people so good outside the country, outside Kenya, out in the US or in Europe? Why are people so good in sprints? So I was like, maybe I need to get like a scholarship. Maybe I need to apply for like a university, or I should look for a club in the US or somewhere else. So when I was so desperate, like I really want to make it. You know, it's reached to a point that I was like, I don't want to run this time, and I feel like because when I checked lots of coaches in Nairobi, all I had in my mind, yeah, we have the best sprinter right now that is in Kenya, a African record holder, and is training in Kenya. He's a really good, fast guy. But at that point, what was in my mind is like the coaches in Kenya, they are not professional. They are just people who see people running and they feel like they can train and stuff. So I was like, maybe it's not a good thing because I really want to develop my life and stuff. So that's when I started interacting with coaches outside, like emailing them and emailing schools and universities and trying to get like my way to get like a sports scholarship and athletic scholarship, sorry. So yeah, that's where I came by you on Facebook, and I think I contacted you and Roland, your husband. So I was like, maybe you guys could connect me to the US, maybe US athletic club, maybe some small clubs in the US, and I can get like catching up with the other good elite sprinters. So yeah, so when I approached you, you were like, I don't know how you took me because it was something very different from what you're doing, and I was like, yeah. At that point, I knew that you're going to help me because you called me. Then I went to your place. With the first place, the first event was in Kibera. So I went to Kibera and I saw you doing dance and a bit of meditation with the kids, and I was like, am I really in the right place? And why did Wani call me in this meeting? Because I don't think this is what I want to do, because all was in my mind is athletics and I'm going to run, and maybe Wani knows some contact because Wani called me and I told Wani what I want to do. I want to run in any club in the US because US was really known for best runners. Yeah, so when I met you and I was like, yeah, so I came to talk about athletics, and you told me, I think there's a lot of things around athletics. You can do other things as well. And I think it's not only those places like countries like US that they have good sprinters. And I think come and join me and we can do something really good that can change you or challenge you in your future. And that's how I joined. Yeah, so it was something, I don't know what you saw in me. Maybe you can tell me. I don't know. You never told me anything about that because it was something really different from you guys, and I was almost left out. I felt like I was out, but you managed to get me in, and I felt like I was part of the community. I was part of the group, and I was doing things that I felt like was related to the group.
And I knew I had a plan, you know, when we met Bruno, because like I told you, let's see if he has the capacity to connect with other people in different communities. Even if you're Kenyan, you know, you learn about different groups of people who were marginalized and they have different needs than you did. And it was about you giving to the community in order for you to be also receiving from the community. And this is the moment when I decided to give you the scholarship to go to Bikram Yoga. You did the first sessions with me in the nest, and then I say, I think it's time. It's going to be good for you to understand your body in a different dimension. Because training with you, I understood you needed to work more toward your physicality, right? It was not only about running, it was about understanding the whole body. And then you were given this grant to go to Bikram Yoga. There was a changing and turning point for you. Tell me, how was the experience, by the way?
Yeah, so after it was a 10 days. It was a 10 days yoga at that point, I was still like, you know, when you're fighting for something, like I told you, I usually don't have plan B. It was very strange and very hard for me to change the idea, which took so long to understand. Like, it's not changing the plan, it's inside the plan A. So I was like, I was still like focusing on running. So I was like, why is Bikram yoga is another thing? It's not running, it's something else. And I'm not into this thing because I don't see my life doing like a yoga and I want to run. And I was like, okay, let me just do it because it's good to try new things. So I went to Bikram yoga for 10 days, which I was very focused. I did the 10 days all. And the first day was like, I've never been to that kind of, I don't know if it's steam, it was really hot. It's like 40, 40, 45, not sure, 45, 43. So it was really hot and people are doing some crazy things like fitness things. And I was like, oh, I don't think I would do this thing. And I'm a fighter. When I see people are doing it, I look around me and I see old people are doing it and I'm young and I was like, no, I have to do it. I have to do it. I'm always thinking that I'm the best. And I'm always not thinking, but I believe myself that I'm the best. So I tried the first class. It was a bit of challenging, but I managed to finish the class. That was what was important. And I managed to do mostly everything. So the second day I was like, so this is the thing, this is the thing, this is my weakness point. Okay. Then I knew that I have to strengthen my hamstrings and my quads. And I was like, okay, this thing is somehow coming to sports because it's all about stretching and everything. I was like, okay, tomorrow I'll do the same thing. So when I went, I thought that it was different every day. So when I got in the class, it was the same thing, the same talk, the same exercise, and I was like, okay, it's the same thing. The third day, I was like, and every day I could write, like I was trying to write how my challenge is and what I'm going through, what I'm learning, and what I really feel like I'm weak on and I should work on. And that's how I got, and I was improving. The fourth day I did everything and for me, it was perfect, but for the teacher, it was a little bit somewhere. Yeah. So the fourth day, the fifth day, I was trying and trying and trying. And on the eighth day, I was like asking the teacher, what is happening? What should I improve more? I run and I want to improve on this and this. And they're like, you just keep on coming and you'll get to do this thing and you'll get to be on the right path. And yeah, so I finished my 10th day and I was like, I told the teacher that this is my last day. How can I improve? Because now I don't think I would wish to come, but I don't have that kind of money to come because the 10 days was 2,000. Then I had to. Then the rest of per class was 1,800, which was really expensive for me. And
yeah, it is very expensive.
Yeah, so you just tell me how I am, and I think I can practice at home. And they're like, yeah, I think you're good. I like the way you're asking questions. You are very like into this thing, and you really want to know more and stuff. And yeah, so we didn't have anything to talk more because they didn't tell me anything at that point because they didn't discuss about it. They didn't know at which state I am. So I stayed home for like 1 week and then I got like an email like, yes, so we discussed and we think that you're a good guy and we think like we should give you like a scholarship and you can get to learn about yoga and it can help you in sports because you see like the way you really into running and you want to know how your body is and you want to know all the thing that is stopping you from accomplishing your dream. So yeah, I started my class like in scholarship, and it's lasted for a long, long time.
Yeah, let's get some pictures on the screen so they can see. This is our conversation image. This is your first session leading an exercise training in the nest in Runda.
Yeah, nest from Runda, yeah.
This is you as part of the collective and some of the activities we had. Also joining the rest of the volunteers and members. This is with one of our international guests, my nephew, by the way. This is us again. This is in another activity with volunteers, local volunteers, international guests. Here we are at Bikran, the first day, you know, doing the first day doing your integration into the system. And here is when you started to collaborate with them, right?
Yeah, I was very good. I was very good at this point. I learned my body, and I learned the way the yoga flows, and everyone was like, I think you should be a teacher. And I was like, looking forward to be a teacher. Yeah, I'm still looking forward to be a teacher one day. I feel like it's a good thing.
Yeah, it helped you, you know. I think doing yoga for you was a way to understand more how your mind works and your expectations about things in life. Okay, tell us about this photo.
Yeah, so this was in Machakos when you were running it was the first athletic opening of 2017. When I got into semi-final. This was a semi-final that I took the third position in semi-final to get in the finals. Yeah, but then the finals didn't work well, but at least I reached to a point that I performed really good into finals.
Okay, this one?
This was me training after the World and Championship.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so this was the training. The training is always very, very hard. You could see on the background someone is lying down like
exhausted.
The training is that part of all this sport is training. Behind the scene, competition is just the easiest part.
Yeah, the training is the hard one. Okay, let's talk about Kempinski. You know, we organized this classical concert. It's something that, again, you said, well, I don't think it's nothing going to happen to me there. So you are part of moving cultures. You participate in the activity. You connect with the manager of the hotel. And then what happens? Tell us.
Yes, so this was this is Kempinski. So before Kempinski, I was doing my thing, just working with moving culture, doing a lot of things. And as I told you from the start, I'm always social, and I'm always looking forward to meet new people. And I know what I usually go for what I really want. So for me, it's always sports for me. So I was like, what can I do to improve this more? Because I've met Wani, and I think I can meet other people that can also give me another step, because it was a big step to meet Wani, and I wanted to improve. You know, it's not all about you meet someone then you stay there. You have to make as connection as you can to try to improve in your life.
Exactly.
So we went to this concert of a pianist from Morocco.
Yeah, Marwan.
I don't remember the name well.
Marwan. Yeah, Marwan Ben Abdallah.
Yeah, it's really hard, that name. So it was around lunchtime when I was from training, and I came at around 2. You guys had already started. I think you started at around 12, around 11-ish. So I was like, I have to go to Kempinski, because it's between those moments, it was one of the best hotels ever. So I knew that I can meet new people, and I can enjoy. It's not all about connection and connection. At some point, you have to enjoy. You have to meet people as well, and meet new things, do new things. Right now, I'm moment I was like thinking like, yeah, it's what I wanted to do, to see people and meet new new personalities, new activities, new cultures. So yeah, so after training, I went and took a shower and I changed, and that's how I came to Kempinski. I had an invitation from Wani. So I went to Kempinski, and I was part of the cameraman. I was doing cameraman in camera department. So so we were there drinking, and after the show, that was after the show. So it's when everyone was like socializing after the music, and I got to speak with this pianist. And right after I spoke to the pianist, I I met the general manager of Kempinski, and he was like, and what do you do? Because you are from One Is Band, yeah? And I was like, yes, yes, I'm from One Is Band and I'm doing photography. Oh, wow, that's really good. Yeah, and apart from photography, I'm also doing athletics. And he was like, wow, you're doing athletics. Which, how many kilometers are you doing? You know, at that point, I was thin. I didn't have this kind of big muscle or physical body for running 100 and 200 meters. And I was like, I'm doing 100. Oh, okay. I used to do 10,000 meters, but 10,000 kilometers, sorry. And nowadays, uh, I stopped. I used to be very good, but then I started the hotel career and I left. And right away, he was like, what should I do for you? Because I see like you should work more on your physical, because you have a body of 10,000 kilometers runner. And I was like, oh yeah, actually I think I should hit the gym, but the gym is really expensive. And I was like, okay, I think take my card, and I think we should talk maybe next week. I can figure out how to help you. And I was like, okay, thank you very much, sir. And yeah,
I
that's
was
how things turn out. And I waited for like the whole week, nothing was coming on. And he's a busy guy, So yeah, I quite understand. And one day I just called, and he picked up the call, and he was like, oh, sorry, I got like so many things to do. And yeah, I think you should. Are you free tomorrow? And yeah, so I was like, I was waiting for it, so I was always free for it. I was always free for him to listen. So I was like, okay, I think it's good. Do you think you can meet me? You can come at around 12. And I came around 12 after training. It was the perfect time because I was training in the morning. So yeah, by 12 I was there. So that's how I end up in Kempinski. We spoke, and he told me that he has a personal trainer at Kempinski who's doing also sport things like sprints. So he could like give me some nutrition thing and train me well on the gym to get like a
okay.
physical body for sprinter.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
you
that's
see
how I met.
how one thing was bringing you to the next and giving you the opportunities to do better in your career and also in your personal life. Okay.
Yeah, so that was the best thing, because now I knew how to stretch. I knew all the parts to stretch. And the second thing, now I knew where to get the strength. I knew how to get my strength. I knew how my body functioned, and I knew the weak points, and I worked through it in Kempinski.
Okay, so now let's talk about how did you move to Spain when you moved in 2018? How was that experience now moving to another country?
Yes. So yeah, before moving to other country, I got a scholarship to study in England. That was Nottingham Trent University in England. Before you left, I wanted to tell you, I had to share with you. I remember I texted you that I wanted to tell you something that I think I got. So I got this scholarship, but it was a half scholarship. I got like a sports scholarship, which was half, and I had to come up with the other half, which took me like a year trying to look for this half. And yeah, it was something real. They gave me the sport, the student ID and everything, but I didn't manage. I tried to make my own way in peacefully, like try to talk to other people there, because there are a lot of people working in the government and funds and everything, but it was a bit hard because it was not the thing that they focus on. So it was one of the toughest. It was a nightmare year. It was 2018. I got the scholarship on February 2018. So I walked through every office, from office to office, from international office. I went through German, it was German university funding thing, which was not successfully because it was German university scholarship, like they give scholarship for the university. And I was joining university, so they give it to people who are already in, who cannot pay. So I got a no there, and I went to the scholarship. There was like a scholarship thing with the UK, which was in the, it was cooperation of UK, something with the UK thing. It's not an embassy, it's a commission, sorry. It's a commission.
The British High Commissioner.
UK Commission, yeah, with the UK Commissioner, and I tried to speak to them. Then they were like, "Oh, we only give scholarship to postgraduates." So it was a no there, and I tried to go to some also high school. So I went to the high school scholarship now, because it was the university. They only give the post university or people who are inside the university. So I tried to try to go to the high school scholarship thing, which was also impossible. So I realized that if you're doing degrees, very hard to get a scholarship. So I tried to check the university, like if I could work in the university, and if they could give me a chance to work in the university as I study, and I pay them through the part-time job, which was it was a no. So everything, it was a dark year. Everything fell off when I was almost there. It was only one step, and I was there. I was in the UK work studying business. So it was a no, and then I got like it was I was supposed to start in September. Though I applied so many colleges, so many institutes and university, but in all Europe. So the Spain came through in 2018 in November. After I felt really down, I was down. I was off limits. I was really down when because I was supposed to start in September, the university in Nottingham, Trent University, which really didn't go well, and I was frustrated in September because I was supposed to start in September 2018. So I came back. You know, sometimes when you fail, you have to come back and talk to you. You have to be you and try to see which way forward, because it's what I've been working for. Every time I come from sport, I'm on my laptop trying to find some way to get like in the university, try to talk to people, try to find some funds, some grants. I even spoke to the European Union, I spoke to the UN, I mailed them and everything. There was no such thing like scholarship for the degree, for the undergraduate. So it was, I tried everything. I give it everything, because I got the letter that accept me to the university, but I couldn't get in. It was everything was there, the bank slip, everything was there, even the student ID. I was frustrated. It was really bad, but you see something, you're from Kenya, and you get like something like, it was like, for me, it was like no one has ever gotten this thing. It was something really, really, really good for me. So I let it off. I took a while like off internet, and because I was working through this and it didn't work, and I stay off the internet. And one day, I think it was November 8th, when I got like a calling from a college to study, to do the fitness sports. So that was in Denia, in Spain. So they were like, they gave me everything, and they said that I have this scholarship, and yeah. So I got the scholarship. The only thing was the flight thing, which I tried to hustle it, because now it was a bit easier, but it was not what I really wanted. All my dream was to go to England to study sport, to do the business, because I knew after business I'll get like try to get like a scholarship to do the masters as well. Yeah, so it was until now I still think that I'll go back. When I get away, I'm still fighting for that thing. It was really good. And they told me if my situation changed, I might go back, and I can go back and I can reopen the admission.
The opportunities.
So I'm still working for it. Yes.
But even so, you're still dreaming to go to the UK. You already reached a very important level in San Sebastian in Spain. You are the number 11 fastest runner in the country. In San Sebastian, right?
Yeah. So it's until this point, until the day that I got this admission to go to Spain to do the sports, I reached Spain, and I was like, okay, I think this is what I want. This is what I want to do, and I have to find my way here, because after I finish this course, I'll go back to Kenya and I have to become something in Kenya. So I was like, I'm not going to show them. I'm going to show them everything that I have. So it's not all about education. I'll show them what I have apart from education. So that's when I joined the group, and I joined the group in San Sebastian. My friend, I have a friend who I met from Kenya who was from San Sebastian. He was like, "Oh, are you in Denia?" Yeah, and they were like, "Okay, come and I show you around San Sebastian." And I came to San Sebastian, and I haven't been training for quite a while, so I was there for like 2 months. So I joined the athletics club in December. That was 2018, which I was really fast in training, and they were like, "Who is this guy? Who is this new guy?" And I was like, "I'm from Kenya, but I heard that Kenya is good in long distance." And I was, yeah, but you met the sprinter now. And I was like, "Okay, and how long will you be in? How long will you be in San Sebastian?" And I was like, "I'm only here for a month." And that's how I interacted with the coach, and the coach intervened, and he spoke to the head coach, and that's how I met the federation. And they were like, "I think we should give you some time and train with us for a while." And I was like, "But my visa will expire after this March." And they're like, "Don't worry about the visa, we'll actually increase it." So that's how I got into the club, and I started running. I started improving, and they knew I had to improve lots, because there are lots of techniques. That's where I made the techniques now. So I had the strength, I had the flexibility, I had the strength, and I still have the strength. I still lift I think I lift the heaviest in our club, even at this point. I still have that strength and power, and I have the flexibility. I think I'm very flexible. So yeah,
Bruno,
so
we
something
are
that I
we
need
are
to have more.
almost closing our conversation, and I think that
Yes,
message you have delivered is very important. It's about
yeah,
flexibility, and when you get opportunities to make the best out of it, sometimes the opportunities come covered with situations that you think they don't make sense, but the
yeah,
reality is that they do make sense because life is holistic. It's not
yeah,
only one direction. You learn that it's important to embrace everything. And the last minute, something will come out, but it's
yeah,
always stick to your dream, yeah? And
yeah,
always keep focus and keep the things at the laterals also flowing and coming to your life. So
yes.
I'm going to ask you to send a message to the new generations about self-realization and how unity and diversity is important for you.
Okay. So what I could say is like when you plan for something, just go for it. Never think about plan B or plan C. If you are focusing on something and you are good at it, go for it. Give it everything that you can. If you focus on maybe, let's say you have plan A and plan B, most of the time when you're doing plan A, you'll be thinking about maybe plan A won't work. Maybe plan B can work. So you find yourself on like mixed and confused. So you find most of the energy that you could be using on plan A, you're thinking about plan B. And that's where you'll get lost and you'll crack out and you'll not make it. So deal with plan A. Do it at your own level. Do it with everything you can do with plan A. And if it cannot work, do away with it. Like leave it and do another plan A. Never
Mhm.
work on plan A and plan B. Just work on plan A and give it all that you can do.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Bruno, thank
Yes.
you. Thank you so much for promoting unity and diversity. I embrace you from Bangkok, Thailand, and
Thank you.
keep shining. And I'm sure that all your dreams are going to become true. Thank you,
Thank
Bruno.
you. Thank you very much, Manny.
Okay, take care.
Okay. Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye bye.